Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here, and boy, do we have a special edition of Streaming Demons for y'all Today, JM Brannick's on special assignment, so I will have some special guests. And a matter of fact, they're so special, I won't even swear. That's right, we get $100 for a swear job every time I say a naughty word. We've got coming up, Yellowjacket, Conjuring, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Insidious, all with some more. Hey, Jim here, and we're back. My gosh, this is our season 3 of Streaming Demons, and I swear that Brannick will be back one day. They were on special super assignment, and they've got some great adventures for you for our next episode. But for now, I've got some special guests. No, not Tara, Rita, not. No, they're not going to be here today. But we got none other than Parf. Say hello.
Hello.
We got Gustavo. Say hi. And sometimes we have Peter on and off. Say hello. There we go. And of course, yours truly, Jim Phoenix. Hope you're all doing well. If you are brand new to the show, good luck. Usually it's 12,000 things with Baby Yoda swearing. He's 50 years old. He's cranky. He lives in a small shell. It's like New York City, really. But we have with us some great horror shows coming up. We have some great horror experts coming up. And we are going to give you a bit of a tease, a bit of a tickle. No spoilers coming here, no matter what. And we've got to launch this off correctly. We're going to launch this off with a movie that's near and dear to my heart, not for just the jump scares, but for everything that goes along with it. But none other than Conjuring, which I believe that's your movie, Parf. Parf, why'd you do The Conjuring?
First of all, The Conjuring is related to the house. It is supposed to be haunted according to movie. Like I have felt many places or many houses uh, to be like haunted.
You found haunted houses.
Yep.
How many? Where?
Like for example, back in my country, I changed like around 3 houses.
Really?
Yeah. So like when I was like a teenager, no, like very small, like in a primary school, I felt like somebody's walking over my terrace,
Yeah.
like up on the top of my roof. When I used to go up, there's nobody, nothing.
It was nobody.
No,
So nobody. Arya
nobody, like,
Stark
yeah.
was on your because Arya Stark is nobody. So you're saying Arya Stark was up on your terrace?
Maybe.
Maybe that's not a haunting. That's a celebrity sighting.
So like one day, I just like talked to my father about it. He said like I'm just stupid, and like that's why it caught my attention. And like I started to browse about these things. So like eventually I was introduced to the movie Conjuring.
Conjuring. Okay, I need to. You saw Conjuring. Do you remember how old you were?
12, 13.
12 or 13. I'm old. 12 or 13 when The Conjuring came out. So that might have been your Exorcist then. We had a conversation. You're like, Exorcist wasn't scary. Was The Conjuring scary for you?
At that age, a bit, yeah.
Yeah, right. Why?
Because like I was living in a so-called haunted house, and like I was alone, and I was watching the movie at midnight, and it was raining, especially. So
Wait. So you're alone in a haunted house, and you thought, what should I do in a haunted house alone? I know. Let's watch one of the scariest movies of the year, Conjuring.
Yeah.
This would be a great idea at midnight.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? So, do you see anything else after The Conjuring was?
I especially felt like some of the things like were related, and some of the things I didn't believe in it. Like for example, in the movie, it's shown that like some of the incidents happen at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like around 3 a.m. Like I have experienced some stuff around 3 a.m. or 2 to 4 a.m. So I thought it was true.
So you have experienced some things on your own that backed up some of the things you saw in the movie script. Now, I do understand that you moved at least twice because it was haunted, or just because.
uh like my parents like was supposed to move because of the job,
Right.
but like they didn't believe me.
So they didn't. So they're like, oh, stupid kid.
Yeah,
Just an overaction of imagination.
exactly.
It's just over and in fact, you still believe in hauntings today, right?
Yeah.
And that stems back from then. So if you were watching The Conjuring and you said all these things would happen, kind of mapped up to what you experienced, but some didn't. What didn't match up for you?
For example, I don't believe that like it's like I believe that spirits try to attack you or like
Right.
to rebel you when you are vulnerable, like when you are a single person. But I don't think like when you are like in a group of people or when you are
Okay.
together, they try to feel their presence, make you feel their presence.
Right, because you're saying spirits are more going to likely to pick you up one on one versus a group
Exactly,
presence
like it's
where
more easy for them. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
conquer and divide. Oh, I get that. Now, what did you think about the exorcisms in The Conjuring?
I think it was pretty scary because of especially the character. Like it was mother was possessed,
Yes.
and like she was trying to attack her own child,
Yes, you
and
did.
like she almost killed her. Like she grabbed her.
Yeah.
So it was really scary, and like especially the part when she's tied up on the chair and she jumps. It was really
Now, do you remember the spirit that supposedly is possessing her?
yep.
What was
It
it?
was like mother of
The mother of the thing. Do you remember the name? Bathsheba. Now, Bathsheba, the thing about, I know the story about it. And for Bathsheba, which if you want to see Bathsheba's Search of Evil, which is on a T&E channel, you should probably check out the archive right there. Part 1 and 2 is about the parent family and about Bathsheba. And they're saying that it's not necessarily Bathsheba possessing, it was someone else.
and
But
maybe she was a witch or something. She was
yeah,
doing witchcraft.
a lot of people who were being blamed on witchcraft back then were just independent women.
Uh,
Yeah, a lot of it, like that's what comes back, like the stronger women, like, oh, they must be witches.
mhm.
That's where Bathsheba gets a bad name historically, but the spirit was something else. Now, Andrea Perron's book, I believe, House of Light and Darkness. You can correct me when I'm wrong with that one. Sorry, Andrea. That one explains a lot more detail than the movie. So if you are interested in it, I can link out the book later on. I think you'll enjoy the book. It's from the people that survived the Conjuring house themselves or herself. So it's actually pretty cool. Now, The Conjuring, I remember this. How many out of 5? 1 to 5 Cthulhu's, 1 being, it was okay. 5 being, oh my God, I want to watch it again and again.
I'll give it like hard 4.5.
4.5, my dude, 4.5 is amazing. I agree with it. Gustavo, you're laughing? It is amazing. 4.5?
It is. It is. I like it also. The Conjuring.
Did you like The Conjuring as well?
Yeah. Especially, I don't remember if this was the prequel or the original.
Yeah, they had the original, the sequel, and the prequels, the Annabelles, and the.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was the demon up the close.
Yeah, it was kind of the jump scare that everyone gets you.
Yeah.
There's also one jump scare that used to get.
Was awful. That the scene gave me the creeps.
Really?
Yeah. That
How old were you when you watched The Conjuring?
perhaps 30. Something.
Why is everyone so young? Why everyone's too young in this pod? I need to get waivers to see how old you guys are. My God, I think I was like 30s or 40s when The Conjuring came out.
Yeah, but what I like it most about that movie is that it's similar to the same universe with Insidious, Conjuring, Annabelle. There is no violence there. It's like psychological horror.
Yeah, a lot of it. Although that mother almost did kind of like kill the kid. And I hear different conjuring spirits in the background right now. I think we're calling them chatterboxes. I think that's what we're calling it. So I remember that money only goes if I swear. Anyone in the background swears. So that's very cool. So 4.5 out of 5. I can't follow that. So Gustavo, you're the last person to talk. So you get to follow 4.5.5. I'm not following that. So what's your movie?
My movie is an old one, but
An old one. Oh.
Yeah, but for me it was the most important horror movie in my life because I learned a lot about that movie. It was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Elm Street. Wow.
Yeah, it was released in 1984, but I watched it in 90s. I was 5 years old at that time.
Oh, that's deep for a 5-year-old. That's deep cut.
And well, the main character is the villain, is Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, played by Robert Englund.
Yeah, a disfigured man, a demon basically, that appears in your dream and kills teenagers or children.
Just like Justin Bieber doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I mean, he does appear in my dreams, but he allegedly kills teenagers in my dreams.
No, but I mean, I was 5 years old, and that movie caused a trauma in me.
Oh yeah, you were 5 watching Nightmare on Elm Street. It's about a movie about a pedophile who kills kids.
I don't know if that happened to you, but one trauma I remember is I couldn't sleep without the lights turned on.
Right.
And when I wanted to go to the bathroom, midnight, for example, everything was dark at home. So it's like I had to turn on the lights and run because I thought that Freddy Krueger was chasing me. So.
Turns out he was. You're still in that dream now.
Yeah. No, but I learned a lot of that movie when I was growing up because I didn't was aware of the concept of child molester.
Right.
And it's not like explicit in the movie, it's more like implicit. But this guy, when he was alive, used to kill or play with kids.
Yep, and he had all the pictures of them.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that until I turned like 8 years old, 7 years old, with the song. I mean, I have this song written in English because it's not my mother tongue, but in Spanish, I think it sounds more creepy.
Say it in Spanish.
It's uno, dos, Freddy viene por ti, 3, 4, agarra el crucifijo, 5, 6, cierra la puerta.
Nice.
Something,
that is
it's something really
creepier.
that. I mean, I come from Peru, and it's the culture is similar to Mexico when it comes to death or people who is dead, in which you can see ghosts, and in the movie you will hear that song with 3 little girls jumping the rope. So So that is like, okay, more. This is true. This is not only United States. This can happen here in Peru, in my city.
And see, that's a great fact and appeal about horror. It's really international. We had people from other countries watching Conjuring, going, holy crow, that can happen to me. We had people from other countries watching Nightmare on Elm Street going, holy crow, that's scary. And I do agree that the Spanish version sounds scarier.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a little more creepier. It's like, because I always have to translate, and I just like things popping up sometimes. And I might be just because I'm translating things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, uno, dos, Freddy coming party for you? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, it's like, oh, that's so creepy. Now, I do not remember. It's been a long time since I saw the original. I was able to see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I'm old. I wasn't 5 though. I think I was in like in a junior high school, so I must have been like a teenager. I'm not saying which teen it was. It might have been late teens. It might have been 10. I don't know. But this is Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street for us came out around the same times, and they came in our theaters, and they blew us all away because at that time we were finally allowed to go to the theaters by ourselves. We were finally old enough. Well, I'm old enough, Mom. I'm going to go to the theater by myself. Can you give me a ride to the theater? Thanks. Pick me up in a couple hours? Thanks.
A couple of bucks.
Yeah. Oh, can I have some money for the... I'm old enough to go to the movie myself. But popcorn is expensive, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Okay. Oh, and also soda. Can I have money for the arcade? Can I have a couple quarters? Thanks. Okay. But I'm independent. Other than that, other than the ride there and back, the movie ticket, Mom and Dad bought me, and the popcorn and fruit and candy. No. But it was tiring a time where like, it did scare you. It scared you. Everything else is kind of like you didn't believe it, or it was kind of like, oh, some people in the middle of the woods are hacking at whatever. But this is like, oh, I can't get away from it. It's in the house. Conjuring. It's a monster house. It's in the house.
Yeah, but you can move houses.
Although Conjuring is already attached, so they
But
would
like
move
I
it.
think for me,
Yeah.
like something is really attached to me because like wherever I go, like something really creepy happens. For example, in
Yeah.
India, like it was happening to me. Like I moved to Canada, I moved to Montreal. I thought it would stop, but
It
still
follows.
it follows. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what happened in the Conjuring house. Eventually, it starts attaching to people. That's how it transfers over. And just like Freddy Krueger, you can't get away because as soon as you fall asleep, boom.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, you never sleep.
Never sleep again.
I couldn't sleep like a normal child until I learned martial arts a bit because, and that's another thing.
You learned martial arts to fight Freddy Krueger?
Not exactly.
That's not how it worked.
Not exactly.
Young man.
I overcame my trauma by watching Enter the Dragon 1 year later
Nice.
because it was like, okay, Freddy Krueger has a glove and claws and can kill me.
Oh, and the guy from the Enter Dragon had
But
the
when I saw that kick of Bruce Lee kicking the guy with the scar,
yeah.
that kick, I mean, oh man, that man can break my chest with one kick.
Oh, absolutely.
I need to learn that.
No, that's amazing. Bruce Lee got a lot of us.
And also, a fun fact about horror movies is like there are no martial artists involved in horror movies, and even if there are movies associated with martial arts, you can see the martial artist kicking the ass of the demon.
You know, that's true. I was trying to think because arguably Blade could be a horror movie of martial arts, and Blade, Wesley Snipes, using martial arts, but he's Blade. He's kicking everyone's butt. Who else would be a high? Hey, right. Who else is like the martial arts actually going against or being the bad guy? Ray Park might be dressed up as like Darth Maul, but Darth Maul is not really a horror movie, right? What would it be? Slender Man? No, it's not really martial arts.
It's not like a martial arts, but it's not really a villain. But I think that Brandon Lee's movie,
The Crow. The Crow.
Could fit a bit into that category.
James O'Barr.
If we think about it, I mean,
the supernatural, yeah.
Supernatural power. I mean, somebody's dead and come to life again with a crow and chasing all these enemies to exact revenge.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Oh, it's a classic.
Which one? There's like 12,000 versions.
Like
the newest.
Is it black and white? Is it brand new?
No.
The newest version.
I don't know which one.
Is it Victor Frankenstein with the kid from Harry Potter?
No.
Or is that?
I know the action movie.
Yeah,
the guy with twisted.
Yeah, the action movie.
No,
it's really
there is an action movie of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, there is.
I Frankenstein or Victor Frankenstein. Something like
Oh man, okay. I'll look that one up later. I like that one.
It's really good.
Is it new?
Not really. Like after in 2000s.
2000s. Yeah.
That was like Frankenstein's Army, was it? No, that was like a definite horror movie. Okay, I'll look that one up. See, I learned something new every day. I like that.
And like they have so much action too.
See,
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's amazing because somehow the parodies of these horror movies it's like lessen the power of Slayer horror movies.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect the fact of the power of psychological horror movies.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't understand why. I mean, perhaps because of the physical contact, the violence inside the
it kind of makes it more
slasher
humor.
horror movies make like, oh, if that guy is going to do something to me, like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
No, Jason Bourne. No, Jason.
Jason Bourne is the spy. No. Jason from Friday the 13th is just the happy camper.
Yeah, that one. For example, that guy only walks, so you can run.
He walks pretty slow too. He's not really a jogger.
And you have to be virgin because he only killed people who has never had sex.
I thought it was people who were having sex.
Yeah, if you look carefully at all the saga, you are going to see that he only kills teenagers
while they're having sex. I thought. No? Well, we'll look that one up. Now, I think, and then let me see, Michael Myers. Okay, for me, Alien scared me so much as a kid that I would have to sleep with my hand over my face so the face hugger wouldn't attach as my kid. So I understand the turning on the light and running type thing. I understand that a lot. And someone later on who worked with a friend of mine So like, that's kind of like what a face hugger would do. So you're afraid of something and you're doing it to yourself. I'm like, oh, shush. Now you don't know how to sleep at all. That's horrible. I haven't been sleeping since 1982. Now, how many out of 5 Cthulhu's, how many would you give it? Out of 5. 5 being, oh my God, amazing. 1 being like, whatever.
At that time, I would give, even today, I will give that like 5 points. I mean,
5 Cthulhu's?
I mean, yes, because it serves to its purpose. I mean, at that time, I was petrified, horrified. I couldn't live a normal life. So
That is
it was a
amazing.
good movie.
See, I don't know, 5 Cthulhu's. Yeah, I almost said Resident Evil for being martial arts because Mila Jovovich does kick some butt, but she's still the good guy. You're right. It's hard to find the bad one that's actually the martial arts. 5 Cthulhu's. Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay, 4.5 to 5. Peter, you're going to go? You want to talk about Insidious? Uh-oh. We're going to have, because I can't follow a 5. I didn't even want to follow the 4.5, but I really can't follow a 5.
For Insidious.
So we have Insidious.
No, I would rate it.
Okay. Phew.
Even though I like it a lot, but I'm the best.
So Peter, you're talking about Insidious. Do you remember is that the one with God? What's
it is about the 2010 movie? I think.
2010? Yeah, it came out recently. And is this okay? I get Insidious and Sinister mixed up.
No, it's a sequel, right?
There is a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, is Insidious the sequel or Sinister the sequel?
Insidious 2 and Insidious
3.
And then there's the Red Door that's coming out.
There's a red door.
Yeah.
That used to be the green door. That was a club in Vegas.
Yeah, it's a bit too much, I guess. I've just watched the first one.
Okay, so
first one caught my eye.
Okay, what happens in the first one? I can't remember.
It was about a new family coming into a new house.
New house, they find the tapes? Is it that one?
I don't know if it was a tape. I think it's a kid.
Okay, it's a kid, and the kid starts.
Abducted, I guess. Not abducted.
A kid is like possessed.
Kids.
Possessed.
Okay.
And it was a haunted house.
Okay.
And kind of demon takes him into his dimension, something.
Exactly.
Okay, so
And the father takes the help of the previous owner.
Another
old
woman.
woman
Who helps him, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
who like sends him into different his dimension, and he tries to bring him back
Through
through the red door.
So what made you?
Maybe
So Peter, what made you? How old were you when you saw this movie? About?
10. Let's say I was 17.
Man, you all suck.
Like,
Like I don't know,
it
man.
was a funny time when I watched the movie.
2010, you're 17. Me too. I mean, I was only 13 in 2010. No one believes that. You guys are laughing way too much of that. No one at all believe that. So you saw it in a theater or at home?
No,
Yeah, me too. I didn't see it in a theater. I don't
I
think.
don't watch horror movies.
Why not?
I can't take it.
Really?
Yeah, it's too much for me.
Too intensive? Like, rah!
For me, it's like a ritual.
For me, I want to, but
Prepare it
there's-
all at home. Yeah.
For me, I want to, but there's not good horror movies coming
It's been a dry spell for a while. I mean, we did Cocaine Bear. That's how bad the horror has been lately in movies. So we have Insidious. So what made you think, oh, I need to talk about Insidious? What made you connect with the movie?
Okay, I think if I go back a little bit, my all-time favorite is The Exorcist.
There you go. Okay. I thought either Exorcist or Poltergeist, because Poltergeist, the person has to go and carry on to the light, and they have to do all this stuff.
Yeah, the 1973 one.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
the
1974.
OG
one.
Exorcist, which
Yeah.
there's been more remakes. Did you see the extended version where she's walking on top of the ceiling?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
creepy.
Yes.
Like they should not have cut that part out. That was creepy. Yeah, I was like, oh, why'd you cut that part out?
For me, when I watched that, I was like, okay, I think nothing can top that. Until Insidious.
Really, Insidious Cops Exorcist, nice.
Yeah, it topped it as not scary as stunts as you never know when the next
The jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the music, looking out the camera, under the hallway, or the clock, just waiting.
And
Like,
that's something everyone has said so far. Conjuring music, and Freddy Krueger already had the music, the lyrics. Insidious had the music as well, so that it sets a mood.
Like
it's just a movie.
one thing very common in like every horror movies is like the character who are like a part of the movie,
Right.
they are affected by the like
By
evil
something.
spirits. You know, for example, in the Insidious, there's a red, like the person playing the red demon. he was like having a he saw something like evil in the during
Really?
the show. Yeah, and he met an accident, and maybe that causes that.
Huh. I didn't know that. So
And
that's
like also, for example,
is that 3?
the woman, like what is the
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Emma
talking about.
Warren, the like, actress playing the role of Emma Warren, or
Yeah.
Lauren, I don't know what's her name.
What from The Exorcist?
No.
No, from Conjuring.
Conjuring.
Oh,
She like when she took the role, when like she was like she felt very nervous and she was feeling the presence of some evil spirit, and she went back to her house. Like she also felt the same spirits in the house.
See,
And like
that's the
she
thing
used
about
to wake
acting.
up at like around 3 a.m. every like night when she was working in the like during the movie.
And the only bad thing that happened to her was Annabelle. How
Yeah.
weird. Oh, that movie was okay. That movie was okay. But that is, it gets in your psychology as an actor. You bring it home with you. Was that what you did? You brought Insidious home with you? Came to your room and said, hello, we're going to go to Montreal today.
no, but it's fun. I mean, horror movies has this suspense attribute in which
Yeah.
when something bad's going to happen, it's like not the music, but it's like everything's inside. And
So
you
it's the
can-
counterpoint.
And you can identify with that moment because in life happens also.
It's in the moments in
Everything is
between.
like in silence, and you are alert, and something bad is going to happen.
Usually, exams. When it's everyone's silent, exams are happening. That's something very bad. So you're saying, Peter, that it was scary. It hooked you in as the scariest thing since The Exorcist, right?
Yes.
And have you watched all the Exorcist movies in the TV show? There's like 5, actually like 4 movies now. The prequels and whatnot. And there's a TV show. The TV show's not that bad. The first season got Gina Davis in it.
Okay.
So you can't go wrong with Gina Davis. So you have that, but you say that one episode of Insidious beats it all.
For my opinion.
Oh, no,
Maybe
of course.
the rest, of course not. But for me, I think it affected me because that night I was.
Oh, there you go.
I came back drunk from a breakup, so it was full.
I want to watch a horror movie.
Exactly.
Make my life.
But no. It's
Teenage romance.
You enter into a Kafka stage.
exactly. Yeah.
Kafka, not Kaka. Kafka. So, did it help? I'm wondering.
Did it help make me forget my relationship? Maybe puke maybe at the end of the night.
So in a way, it purged your demons one way or the other, as they say. That's not.
I remember when I was going to my room, the light switch was at the beginning of my bed, so I had to jump from the door to my bed.
Oh, he's like the P run that Gustavo was doing. The guy, the here, there, like boom.
Yeah.
So everyone is like
Somebody's chasing you.
insanely scared. I dig it. Man, I don't think I was. Do you think then feeds into our fear of the dark, or do you think movies prey on our fear of the dark? Are we just naturally afraid of the dark, or is it reinforced because of movies usually in our dark
I
time?
think it's the demons and the characters and the nuns that turns evil.
Nuns are always evil.
The Nun was like really good movie.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. That one does
Like
bad.
the story was like okay, but like for me the like direction and the like all this
Yeah,
crew member
it
was
was
like amazing.
visually
It was a
nice
very
movie.
good movie.
Yeah.
I only watched the number 2, but it was fine. I watched it in the movie theater, and I felt
Like especially the part
The
when you know
palpitations.
the nun falls from the like when the farmer
Yeah.
he's going back to his home in the night after leaving the priest and the nun. The nun falls from the
And tax?
yeah from no she falls like she's hanged from the tree.
She hangs from a tree.
I love looking at it.
Dude, you can't be looking at that. That's some. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. And like he's really me too. I was scared at the time.
Is he the one that the end credits they keep going and they
Exactly.
continue, and that turns out to be the first story
Yeah.
from the beginning of The Conjuring, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
cross was like
That was like
the first exorcism.
yeah. Cool. I dig it. Now for Insidious, Peter, what did you give out of 5 Cthulhu's? 1 to 5 Cthulhu's, 1 being good, 5 being amazing, and we've got a special guest. Come on in. So what would you give it? 5 Cthulhu's.
If I'm generous, I'll give it a 3.8.
3.8. My gosh, 3.8. You know what? I can follow that, but after this break. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I can't follow that. Dang it, I have to follow that. I'm the only one left. So, all right, I am talking about Yellowjackets, the movie on, I think, Showtime Star or something like that. I don't know, Crave. I don't know. I'm in Canada right now, so Crave has everything. I think it's Showtime for y'all in the States. Yellowjackets season 2 is coming out. It is spooktacular, it's scary, it's psychological, it's a bunch of things. It's old people, it's young people, it's old and young people combined. It's got a cast and crew that I'm not going to get into right now. But I will tell you this. I've been showing people who are not horror fans Yellowjackets, and they get hooked in. They get hooked in because it's a dramatic story, and it shows the consequences of your youth, misbegotten youth, misspent youth, missed everything else. And the greatest thing about Yellowjackets is of course, we've got some people guest starring in from The Last of Us. Actually, I think The Last of Us, we had people from Yellowjackets. We had Melanie Alinsky. The weirdest thing about The Last of Us is HBO, I'm so sorry you guys dropped the ball a lot on your PR. We couldn't get no love from you. That's why we stopped following Last of Us. But to be straight out, maybe you didn't need us. I don't know. But Showtime retweeted something I did for HBO because we dropped Melanie Alinsky's name in it. And that's how much love Showtime has for their shows and their properties that they should. And HBO didn't. So, whatever. But we've got some amazing cast. We've got some Sophie Thatcher. We got two Sophies. Sophie Thatcher, Sophie Nelson. We've got a lot of Sophies in this one, man. Juliette Lewis is in it. Tawny Cypress, Christina Ricci. Juliette Lewis and Christina Ricci. Okay, I don't know how old you all are, but if you haven't seen Juliette Lewis or Christina Ricci, you have not seen A, Sleepy Hollow, or B, Stranger Things. These are some massive, massive, massive stars, and they play the old and the young. Now, what I do like about Yellowjackets, I won't give nothing away for season 2. I'm just telling you season 1. It's insane if you haven't heard the story. It's a girls' soccer team. I know it's redundant saying girls in soccer because only girls play soccer anyways. Like, that's not a guy sport. So anyway, I guess it's a soccer team that they're going out to nationals or state nationals. Who knows? Who cares? As my good friend Dr. Prey. Who cares? There we go. And they are in a plane crash. It crashes down, and there's blood, guts, and
I love looking at it.
You do not love looking at that. I don't know who you are, young lady, but you do not love looking at that. So we're saying that. And they have to survive. And then their manager, their equipment manager, sabotages them. They had the radio, the transponder. They're like, oh, we'll be found. The radio, the transponder, the black box stuff. They're going to find the signal. And she beats the crap out of it. That's why they get stranded for like a year in the middle of nowhere. In a cursed haunted cabin, by the way, in the beginning. So it actually kind of fits off your thing. And they have bad dreams, really bad dreams, because they eat magic mushrooms and they get high as a kite. Bad dreams. And I'm pretty sure something Insidious happens, which is all 3 movies right there. But that's why I like this. It deals with the consequences of what you happen in your youth, and it deals with it in a way that even sometimes maybe none of us, we were crash landed in the middle of nowhere. We had to probably eventually eat each other. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what they did. It looks like from the very first episode, someone's about to be eaten because they fall through a bungee pit. The old pits used to be in Vietnam where they had the spikes and they have some covering. People fall and they kind of get skewered on the spikes, or they get trapped on the spikes, right? And so they're taking that meat out. And I'm pretty sure the equipment manager is the head Pumbaa. So it's a reversal of roles. It's kind of like Lord of the Flies with soccer and the aftermath of thereof. Now, I won't give any spoilers away. I haven't seen the second season anyways. I've seen like an episode of the second season. I've seen a half of the second season. I'm like, oh my gosh, second season, I can't wait. But the first season is amazing. It is addicting. We're talking about binge watching before, like Netflix binge watching. I'm like, yes. This is one of the things where I just watched it the entire time, and I was sad when I caught up. I'm like, I'm caught up? No, I want all of them right now. I got used to binge watching. They ever do that? They ever binge watch and it's like, oh, then you have a show that is released that's once a week. You're like, why is it just once a week? I want to watch them all right now. Game of Thrones, we hear you, but that's with it. Game of Thrones has massive ratings. Last of Us has massive ratings because they did once a week instead of binging. Like, you must be here this week, and we're gonna make you want to watch next week. We got Mandalorian, of course. They both do once a week, and sometimes thrice. Kara thrice. See, she's actually in Baby Yoda now. No, that strike reverse the Mandalorian. But we have all this now. Okay, this is season 2. I get it. I can't give you a firm episode in season 2. Like, I just can't give it and watch it. But knowing Yellowjackets and knowing what my desire for season 2, I'm going to give Yellowjackets out of Cthulhu's. We're talking about cinematography, location, all these things coming together. 4.5 Cthulhu's. That's my final offer. So I kind of tied with Parf's Conjuring 4.5. 5 for Freddy. I get it. But 3.8, we stomped you, son. 3.8, we smashed your 3.8. There's no way in heck we're doing a 3.8. Not on my show, no sirree. No, 3.8 is pretty good. 4.5, I think that's my final offer. Now, it's been a long, long show. And all we have to say is eventually we want to get home and get Grandma's cookies. And on behalf of myself, Jim Phoenix. Wait, do you guys have anything to plug? Plug, Parth? Plug? I'm going to plug your pile, Jimbo. Oh, Payne says plug my pile. So it must be time to go. Megadeth beer. Okay, Megadeth beer, if you're listening, I think Payne's out. So if we need one thing, it's Megadeth beer because, gosh dang it, without Megadeth beer, Payne's just... Payne, we'll get you some beer, buddy. We'll get you some beer. You're butter, Jimbo. So on behalf of myself, Jim Phoenix, and our special guest, Parth, and Gustavo, and Peter. And remember, next time we got J.M. Brannix coming back with a box human squared, or just themselves, whatever it is. All that and more on the next Streaming Demons, or this Streaming Demons? Some Streaming Demons. All right. Bye, y'all. Bye, everyone. I wonder if he'll hear it. Oh, Tara Reid, go away. You came in too late. Sorry, Tara Reid. Next time, Tara Reid.
I hear a cat.